At Dunbar High School, parents, students, faculty, and interested residents gathered for an up-close view of the direction for DC Public Schools. This is the Gallery Walk at the annual State of the DC Public School Address. Before attendees heard the Chancellor's take on the current state of DCPS, they learned about the academic programs and new initiatives. Featured at the Gallery Walk tables, school building updates, mentorship opportunities, and the practical experiences of the Cornerstones program. The night's main event, however, took place inside the auditorium. This year's State of the DC Public School Address was billed as a conversation with the Chancellor.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying thank you so very much for allowing me to be here this evening.
The back-and-forth style discussion with Chancellor Henderson was facilitated by none other than NBC4 News anchor Jim Vance. Despite the casual conversation, there was serious business to discuss, starting with the work necessary to continue building on the DCPS improving graduation rates.
The graduation rate has increased again. It is up to 64% of graduates. But the bad news is that the national average is 81%.
We have been under an aggressive set of changes at DCPS for about 8 years, and in just a few short years, we've moved the graduation rate from 50-some% to 64%.
The Chancellor emphasized DCPS will continue to grow that number through steady progress.
We are concentrating on ensuring that every single kid, we have to know them by name, that they graduate from high school and that they graduate prepared.
Making school an exciting, engaging place for students is part of growing the graduation rate.
We believe that it's important not only to develop your kids' test scores, but also their talents. That your kids are not just going to be taught reading and math, but in fact that your elementary school kids will get art and music and PE and foreign language and library, because that's what all kids need.
That includes the Cornerstones program, an endeavor to impart practical lessons such as teaching all second graders how to ride a bike.
Let me ask you about that bike riding thing. Every child learns how to ride a bike. What's the big deal with that?
Not every child learns how to ride a bike, unfortunately. But it's not just about riding a bike, right? It's about bike safety. It's about teaching about sustainability and renewable energy. It's about teaching kids to explore their cities. Lessons have to be integrated in that way. It's a PE lesson, but we can also teach geography, and we can also teach a number of things through the biking program. And that's the direction that we're going with all of our courses.
The educators teaching those lessons are vital to the mission of DCPS. The Chancellor addressed the issue of teacher retention and turnover.
Experience is a valuable commodity to have, and that includes teachers. I read that you have hired, 750 new teachers this year to replace teachers who have moved on. Why are those 500 not here anymore?
We have a number of people who go on to other jobs, other roles. We have a number of people who have been promoted into different roles. We have a number of people who, either because we've told them or because they've decided that DCPS is not the right fit for them. On the flip side, we actually retain 92% of our highly effective teachers. That is a data point that is staggering.
And after the conversation, audience members from all points of view had something to say.
Well, lived in the area for 30 years. I've seen a lot of changes with the system, and I think they're for the positive. So I'm very, very proud and appreciative of what's been going on here.
I am truly excited about the possibility of collaboration between policymakers, the school district leadership, and the unions that represent all school workers.
We've been parents in DCPS for 17 years, so there's been a lot of changes, and having teachers who are good and want to stay and feel like this is the place they want to be makes a big difference.
My hope is that people tonight heard a little bit of information that they didn't already know, that they're inspired by some of the things that we're trying to do, and that they will support us as we continue this journey to become the best urban school district in the country.